Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sarah Wisted. Today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys 5 tips on how to elevate the style in your entryway. Tip number 1 is going to be using a mirror to bounce light around in your entryway. So I feel like if you're searching entryway on Pinterest, which believe me, I've done a million times because it took me so long to decide what I wanted to do with the space, you'll see mirrors, a lot of mirrors in the entryway, of course a lot of artwork as well. But the reason why a lot of interior designers or decorators gravitate towards mirrors is because they help bounce light around in the entryway. It helps the space feel more open, more bright, more cheery. It's just like a great way to welcome guests into your home. There's 2 types that I'm kind of gravitating toward. The first one is going to be something that's very oversized, but more minimal. So if you find a mirror that's kind of a classic, more minimal, maybe it's a frameless round mirror or something with like a very thin frame, something that's not super impactful, like if you were just to look at the mirror by itself, that you would want to buy a more oversized version of that to put in your entryway. So that way it's, you know, more grand, it feels more intentional than putting like a more of a minimal mirror that's smaller. So I think that was like the first one of the 2 ways that I would go if I were to put a mirror in the entryway. And then the second one is what I've done in my entryway, which is to find a mirror. It's not too oversized, but it has some sort of like an artful edge to it. It's like it's just a little bit more interesting than a frameless mirror, for example. This one's from Lulu and Georgia, and I love how it has like a little bit of interest on the edge. It's a little bit asymmetrical and just kind of more creative. And what made sense to me is that it is a black, like wood type frame that it's in, which kind of matches the black wood console that I have here as well. So everything kind of like ties together with the colors and the contrast, and I just think it looks beautiful in the space. Tip number 2 is to find more of a minimal, less distracting console table. And the reason I say minimal and less distracting is because, in my opinion, I feel like this is a great way to let your decor do the talking. You can change up the decor with the season. So I know a lot of people like to decorate for the different holidays, like Easter, Halloween, Christmas, like all of that type of stuff. And I feel like if you have a less distracting, more minimal like base or foundation, then it's a lot easier to like switch in the decor as the seasons change, or even if your just tastes change. You don't have to buy a whole new console table. You just have the one there that's just kind of like blank canvas, and then you just like put your decor pieces kind of throughout, and as your preferences change. This one is from IKEA. You guys know I love IKEA. It's the IKEA Besta unit, so I'll link that one down below, but it's like a great, easy, throw it in the entryway and have it as like a foundation piece. Tip number 3 is to add some sort of interesting object or art piece. So the entryway is a great area to put some sort of like interesting piece of art or some sort of object or just something that's a little bit different that makes your home feel unique. This is a great way or place to find something vintage that you think is really cool. You can do like crystal, you can do something more organic like wood. It's just like really a place that you can just like put something really cool and kind of like eye-catching. It doesn't have to be oversized, it can be oversized. It's really just like up to you, but I think this is a great place to put something that's just a little bit different than your everyday just like decor item. I personally have chosen this whitewashed wooden bowl from Lulu and Georgia, and I really liked how it felt really organic because it's like the wood and it's a little bit carved but a little bit It's not like perfectly carved. So I thought it was like a really interesting piece, and it's oversized, so I can put that here. I also have this like smaller, I don't know if you would call it a bowl, I would more so call it an object, but it's this like marble black bowl that I have also kind of layered in front. So I think it's a really cool like balance with the more oversized wood bowl with the smaller kind of like marble, like hard stone type of bowl. I just think that that balance looks really cool. So if you have a few pieces of organic type art that you want to put in your entryway, I feel like this is a great place to put it. And you can like stack and layer and, you know, just have fun with it. My fourth tip is to add some show-stopping florals. Now this one I know is a little impractical, especially if you're someone who doesn't love spending a ton of money on flowers, because they do die. Like, I understand, not super practical for every day, but it's just so beautiful. So I do definitely am of the opinion that adding any sort of florals, like fresh flowers or even fresh branches or something just like oversized and impactful, this is a great place to do that. Even if you don't have it there every day, if you're having people over for a holiday or for dinner or whatever, just having some sort of florals or greeneries is just like a really great way to welcome people into your home. And the best part about these is that you can actually, this is like the perfect place to switch out for seasons. So I currently have these enormous branches that I just got at my local floral store, and they're in season. So I do actually end up getting these, I say every January. I got them last January and I have them this January because they are just so stunning when you walk into the entryway. And this year I was able to get them when the flowers were still buds. So they just recently bloomed, just in time for this video. It's almost like they knew it was time to bloom. But they just look so, so beautiful. But for example, in the fall, they'll have some like fall foliage out in your local stores. So that would be a perfect time to switch in some like deeper colors into like your house. And this is just a great area to do that. And like I said, anytime you can include any sort of like fresh greenery or fresh flowers, it just makes the house feel more lived in and more, I don't know, just something special, I guess. Okay, and the last tip I have for you, tip number 5, is to layer. And what I mean by layering is, I say, like, don't be afraid to put something on the floor that's like kind of catty corner in front of your console table, or just like layering the decor items on your console. I just think it looks really beautiful to kind of have everything not quite so perfect. But what I decided to do, and what I actually have done, I recently just switched this out, but I like to layer a side table like just in front of the console. And I don't know why, I just feel like it makes the room or like the area feel more styled. I think, I don't know, I just like really, my eye just like really loves the way that that looks. So I recently just switched it out from, I used to have a, like a pedestal. It was a travertine pedestal that I found off Facebook Marketplace, but I just found this beautiful marble side table off of Lulu and Georgia, and I had to have it, you guys. Like, the second I saw that, I was like, that would look perfect in my entryway. So I ordered that, and it is stunning. I feel like not only does the marble just add a little bit more interest, just because it's a little bit different, a little bit more like impactful. I think the shape is really cool, so it's not just like one rectangle. It's actually, you know, it has the round top, and then it has kind of like the waved down bottom. I don't think that's how you say that, but you know what I mean, where it just like curves down towards the bottom, I think is really, really beautiful. And it adds a little bit of something like of an interest than just like a straight down like pedestal type of side table. So yeah, I think you could layer an object as well. So if you have like an oversized object, so say you find, which I think is really beautiful, one of those like really big spheres, it's just like a, literally just looks like a ball that sits on the floor, but you can get them in like travertine or marble or even wood, like really big ones. You could layer that in the front, which I think is really cool. Even like a little tripod stool or something that you found at like an antique store, I think would be really cool. So just adding a little like layering and like on the floor as well as up on top of the console can add so much dimension to your space, and I just think makes everything look so much more lived in. All right, you guys, so that was it. Those are my 5 tips for elevating the style in your entryway. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, it would mean the world to me to give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have quite a bit of home decor videos planned for this year, so yeah, stay tuned for those. But if you have any suggestions on videos that you would like to see from me, definitely let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys on my next video.